Multiplication and division are even simpler than addition and subtraction because for these ones, we're going to use a calculator. So I wrote out steps that will work for these, and I'm going to do these steps, but you can also just direct. The answer. The only tricky thing with that is sometimes it'll give you the answer in standard form, which means you just need to convert it to scientific notation. So you can actually just skip step 1 and do steps 2 and 3 in order to get your answer. I'm going to do step 1 just because it's good to practice that, but I'll show you both on the calculator. So for multiplication, all you're going to do is multiply using your calculator. So for step 1, let's just quickly practice expanding them. This is a negative exponent, so I'm going left, which gives me 0.00361 times this. We just have to move over one spot to the left because it's just -1 times 0.24, and then I plug it into my calculator. So we're going to do 0.00361 times 0.24. See how this number is actually in scientific notation already for us? You don't want to write it with the E. You want to actually write it out. So we're going to write out 8.664 times 10 to the power of -4. So that one was actually converted into scientific notation for us by our calculator. So that's awesome. But even if you don't convert to scientific notation first and you just type in exactly what you see in the problem. So if I just type in parenthesis 3.61 times 10 to the power of -3 times 2.4 times 10 to the power of -1, I get the exact same answer. And just to practice, for the sake of further understanding scientific notation, I'm going to convert this into expanded form as well. So it's a negative exponent, which means we're working with a tiny number. So in expanded form, this would be 0.0008664. Same thing for this bottom one. I'm going to convert from scientific notation to expanded form, which is my first step. Again, this step is optional, but it's good to practice. This is a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I get 6, 3, 2, 0, 0. Notice that I went right this time because my exponent is positive. We've got a 2. So I'm going to go over to the right 2. This is a multiplication problem. And then I'm just going to type into my calculator. 63200 times 280. Here we go. This is a great example. This one did not give it to us in scientific notation, so we're going to convert it ourselves. So we did the multiplication, and now we need to return to scientific notation. The goal of scientific notation is to have one digit to the left of the decimal. Right now we have a lot more than that. So I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 places. I get 1.7696 times 10 to the positive 7 because it's a really large number. So we've got a positive exponent. Just like the last one, you did not even need to do step 1. You can just directly plug this multiplication into your calculator. Division is going to be the exact same way as multiplication, except for instead of multiplying, we are now dividing. So I'll keep my calculator up here so it's easily accessible, and we'll do the exact same thing. The only difference to notice is, well, besides the fact that you're doing division instead of multiplication, is to remember that fractions are just division problems. It's just the numerator is being divided by the denominator. So we could rewrite this problem just like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm first going to expand both my numbers. This is a negative exponent, so I'm going to the left 1 decimal point. This is a positive exponent, so I'm going to the right because now we're working with a big number. And then I type in the division on my calculator. This number is a obviously really long number, so I can just round at the end when I want to. So we've got 0.001588. I'm just going to choose these 4 digits and stop because I'm just going to round to that place value. And then I can convert to scientific notation, which involves me moving my decimal point 3 spaces to the right. I'm dealing with a tiny number, which means that my scientific notation for this tiny number will have a negative exponent. I could have just typed in the original problem without converting to standard form. Division, and then 3.4 times 10 squared. And that would give me the same answer, and then I would convert to scientific notation. And then our last one, here is just another division problem. So what I'm going to do is 8.42 times 10 to the power of 4 divided by 5 times 10 to the power of 2. And that's it. So this one, I didn't expand. But this one's really important because if it asks for the answer in scientific notation, even though this is a pretty easy number to look at, we still want to convert this to scientific notation. It's a number greater than 1. It's a big number. So then we know we're moving our decimal point to the left, and we get 1.684 times 10 to the power of 2.